Hello Master 0063, back for more Make a Good Megaman level contest number 2. Last time we finished out Tier 8, cleared the last few levels, beat the Tier 8 boss, Jetman, got a few extra goodies from Nightman in Chateau Chavalesque, and yeah, it's time to take on Tier 9. 12 energy elements, 29 noble nickels. Child. Up ahead is the main festival grounds. There's all the best simulations there. This is the best ever. Well, where to get my hopes up? Centaur Man, welcome to Tier 9. It may not look like it, but this section is very close to Dr. Light's lab. If you continue to the right, you'll wind up right next to it. Yeah, I already kind of spoiled a little bit of this in the very first part of this Let's Play. Apologies for that. But I don't think I told you anyone past Centaur Man, so or indeed saw any of the details about these levels. So yeah, I think while we might have seen some of the characters, I didn't actually talk to them. So yeah, we will be getting new dialogue from now on. But anyway, first level in Tier 9. And his 18th place, Noten Core, Misty Lake, score 36.8, 33, 37, 34, 39, 41. Decent scores all across the board, and yes, given that I said at the end of the last part that there were 10 levels in Tier 10, it all makes sense, a top 10, and this is 18th, we are indeed only going to get 8 levels in Tier 9, but that's not to say that they're not going to be awesome. And yeah, we'll kill for the first one. 1 energy element and 5 noble nickels. Okay, and looks like we're going to fight Shield Man. I like the setting. I like the effect, certainly, of those enemies dropping the snow. That looks very nice. I'm pretty sure they'll actually hurt me if it drops snow directly on my head. So yeah, I need to be careful to duck under the sort of under the platforms in order to be safe. Oh no, okay, they don't hit me. No, they don't hurt me. Okay, that's interesting. I was expecting them to hurt me. Of course, I'm high enough up I can take them out, which is nice. And yay, if all the noble nickels are that easy to find. Well, I do sort of go back and forth between that being sort of appreciated and also slightly disappointed. Well, there's another one. Wonderful, okay. Yeah, it looks like, touch wood, not to tempt fate, but looks like all the noble nickels, yeah, are going to be right out in the open and pretty easy to find. Of course, I've got to be very careful with this one. I'm probably going to use, well, I'm going to break apart all the ice blocks first of all. Probably could get that actually with Super Arrow, I think. Yeah, that'll do. Save getting out the pogo stick weapon. Not as bad by any means, but felt like it could be potentially. There's more potential for it to go wrong. I'm going to break apart all but the last block because I do not want to be dealing with that croaker where possible. And this is kind of nice with the chill blocks or breakable chill blocks over spikes and pits and such like that, so you have to be careful obviously to only step on the blocks just the once or we're going to be in trouble. And wasn't quite quick enough to take out the giant enemy there before the last block went away, so I'm not quite sure whether I can pull off that jump now. Actually, given how high that is, I'm pretty sure I can make that jump, but it's starting to recede in the water. So you know what? Let's screw it. Let's not make an unnecessary jump just for the sake of it. We'll whip out Super Arrow and cross the pit that way. Man, these things bloody missiles are annoying as hell. E-tank if you so want it. I guess I could have gone to get it, or refilled, or use an E-tank and then got that again, but nah. Can we go left? We can go left, good. Okay, we're going to be careful here. Get my noble nickel. I'm going to try and talk to this. I think I'm going to unthaw him. We'll pick up what I believe is a health pickup there, but yeah, we're going to leave the croaker well alone. He can stay on ice. And anyway, another easy noble nickel, so I think that's 4. So just 1 left. Oh, this is a nice stage. I'm enjoying this. I've always liked Chill Man stage anyway from Mega Man 10, so getting a lot of... Oh, there's the final Nova Nickel. Okay, that might be a bit hard to get to without some kind of utility item. Yeah, I've always really liked Chill Man stage, so actually, no, I can get it from the other side. What is wrong with me? Just do it like that. Cool. I'm liking the timing puzzles here. Very nice. I presume we've got Chill Man fight at the end. Note of core. Thanks for playing my level. It was made possible thanks to the following people. Mini Macro Stage Start Music, Search Omega Team Tile Sets, Smithy GCN, Faxanadu Castle Rip, Bad Batman Castlevania Rip, Denoctal Level Music, Follow My Sprite, Zun question mark, and you the player. Well, thank you. This has been a fun level. No, we don't get Chill Man. Bit of a, yeah, odd sort of introduction to the stage then, really, wasn't it? With the sort of, yeah, with the Chill Man, like a game, a level select thing. Yeah, instead we've got this boss, who is not so bad if she stays away from you. If she's near to you, and she starts doing these, fanning out these ice core attacks, or shards of ice, they can be really friggin' hard to avoid. So, yeah, the further away you keep, the better I'll be, or the happier I'll feel. And there we go. And I think I got a costume for beating her by, well, maybe just beating her, or beating her, full stop, I don't know. Whether it's with an out and E-tank or just a buster only, I can't remember. But, yeah, anyway. New costume for doing so. Like I say, I can't quite remember what the criteria is for that, but, oh well. And anyway, yeah. Nice level, and nice to have a fairly straightforward, fun one. First off in Tier 9, not... Oh! There you are, and there's some other people as well. Anyone else appeared in Tier 9? Marissa. Oh, hey there, you beat Cerno. Pretty bad, huh? What? If you're missing anything, I'm not responsible. Besides, even if I was, I'd only be borrowing it for an intermediate amount of time, of course. And there is Cerno. What? You actually beat me without using any special weapons? Shh. I thought only Rimu could pull that off. Still, I won't turn down another challenge from you. Anytime you want to go another round, I'll see you at the lake. Is that a reference to the other level where you're in? Anyway, well, yeah, and I presume that was the achievement level for the costume, actually beating her without using special weapons. But yeah, it's fine. The charged Mega Buster shot does perfectly well anyway. Sometimes it's a bit out of range, where maybe Triple Blade or the Hornet Chaser would do the trick, but nah, otherwise Mega Buster works fine. Yeah, really nice level that. I think the Noble Nickels could have perhaps been a little more challenging, but yeah, what can I say? I like the chilled, like the Chill Man sort of theme. I say the opening select screen thing is very, very sort of odd in hindsight, obviously with the not fighting Chill Man at the end, but whatever. But yeah, I like Chill Man's level, so that works out pretty nicely. I like the kind of the ice block gimmicks, and yeah, overall just enemy placement was really nice. But if anything, it felt a little bit too, I'd say too easy to take damage all the way through. But feels like it's a decent candidate actually for a stage in Tier 9 to perfect run. It won't be the one in Stage 9 I do perfect run because there's a far easier one, but. Yeah, so ignore that comment. It's a reasonable candidate, but it's by no means the best one. There is an absolute standout candidate to perfect run to do a no damage run in Tier 9. We'll see it in a few videos time. But yeah, no, overall really like that level. And as I say, great start to Tier 9. So no jokes because it's VLDC 9, lol. Wait, mean to say, this is a pretty neat level. Or pretty nice level. I like the difficulty curve and design in general. I like how you introduce the snowbirds, then the chill blocks, and then combine them both in the final stretch. The boss fight with Cerno is pretty good too, though the ice core attack can be quite tough to avoid sometimes. Also, the Chill Man water ice block spawner things can be a bit buggy sometimes and accidentally spawn 2 chill blocks, but it's not really a huge issue or anything. Honestly, I feel like more could have been done with the chill block gimmick in general, because I don't really think the snow owl gimmick really changes the gameplay that much, though it is pretty cute. But what is here is pretty solidly built, and it's a good level overall. Nice level you got there. It played really nicely and overall it felt like a Mega Man stage. Also, I think it was the only stage where I could get all my Noble Nickels on my first try. I didn't really like the placement of the squid enemies, they destroyed the ice blocks before I could attack them. The level was pretty cool. See what I did there? Enjoy the boss. The boss itself was fine, but you can die after you kill it, which is a big no-no. That's... okay, I guess that's a possibility. I don't know whether the energy elements drops I'll have to go back and check the footage for where I killed her, whether the energy element dropped there, or whether or not you can, in theory, drop the energy element if you get the final hit on Cerno when she's over like the spikes in the middle, whether it goes away or lands on the spikes. I'm not quite. Yeah, I'll have to go back and check the footage for when I actually got the final blow in. But yeah, that'd be an interesting thing to test. I love how this level progresses between different areas. Watching this world around you slowly transform really adds to the experience and the flow of the level. While I think the level somewhat suffered in its design under the guidelines set by its aesthetic, it still was a lot of fun to play and it had some nice ideas which I liked seeing used and reused later on. The main point of criticism with this stage is its rompy nature and how it feels like it didn't use the elements it introduced to its full potential. Difficulty curve in the level is fine though. I found the ending stretch to be less of a challenge than the mini-boss, although maybe I'm just horrible at fighting them. I also thought that the snow which is dropped onto the stage is harmful due to its size, the way it sticks out, so I often took cover when I first played the stage and thought of it as a clever idea. Just to later find out I was role-playing around a non-existent threat. Also managed to get the boss to crash on me and figured out that dying causes ice cubes to duplicate on the next playthrough, which is rather unfortunate. Either way, lots of fun to play. It's a nice little level. The level design is actually surprisingly good, and I like how the snow actually makes precise jumps easier to do. Other than that, some parts of the stage got a bit boring. A fun stage, nothing else to say though. Hi, Chill Man, I guess. Oh, he's gone, never mind. I love the idea of this frozen medieval town. It's a nice unique setting for an ice stage rather than your standard cavern that Mega Man usually uses. A very refreshing change of pace. The theming was on point here, the enemies all worked well and suited the environment. You managed to take into account that the Chill Man blocks don't respawn and do it in a really clever way. Then popping out of the water is exactly the way to ensure the player does not get stuck when they fail the platforming test. Outside of the no-nickel attempts. This is fine. These ice blocks are unfortunately fairly glitchy. I had several of them bug out quite badly, such as creating multiple of them at once or not at all. I am not sure what the point of the owl enemies were. I think maybe the trail leading behind should have been ice rather than snow, as it has no real hindrance to the player. Your highlight was the boss, I think. I'm guessing it's from a franchise I haven't played before rather than the original character. Post-judging comment, Tohu. But you've merged Bullet Hell into Mega Man in a frankly brilliant fashion. Once you've learned the pattern, she is a very fun to fight. Really solid fun stage here, let down by the glitchy implementation of the new assets. As I say, there seems to be quite a few judge comments there about glitchiness, but I don't think I experienced any of that. So yeah, whether that was those sort of things were fixed post-judging or something like that, the judges didn't really allude to that fact. But yeah, quite a few references to glitchiness with the chill blocks, which I don't think I experienced there. So yeah, anyway, if I didn't experience it, I couldn't comment on it. Ferroman. Does anyone else smell dairy products? I hope there are none being served here. I'm lactose intolerant. Well, that's something interesting. You learn something new every day. In fact, Ferroman is lactose intolerant. The more you know. 17th place, Lobster King, Donut Observation Centre. Score 37.6. 42, 38, 30, 36, 42. 1 energy element and 3 no-onicals. Just letting that music play out for a minute. That sounds incredibly ominous, but incredibly awesome at the same time. Oh goody! Because I've done so well with these platforming sections in earlier parts of the game. So looking forward to these platforms showing up again. I'm presuming I actually have to kill that then. Yes, fine. Never make those solid jumps. Not that I needed that, but still. Interesting. I kind of wonder whether there's something on the higher route rather than the lower route. Doesn't look like it, other than just the potential ability to bypass that whoa. Standing around admiring the Met thing, the Met digger there, while the caterpillar attacks me from behind. Lovely. Hey Yambo, haven't seen you in a while. Now I remember why I don't like you. Oh man, this music is awesome. Really? Remember these platforms again coming in from the going from right to left in terms of them receipt. Whoops, don't want to do that then. Oh, no nickel right out in the open. Fine, cool. Okay, and pretty fun usage of the Galaxy Man warps at the moment. I'll take that, thank you, buddy. I might well have actually scrolled back off the screen there and gone back up if you didn't give me anything useful there. Okay, so again, with the knowledge that they are right to left, I'll make sure that I sort of jump onto the platforms initially rather than just walk onto them, otherwise I'll lose my footing very soon, or very early on. Where's that going to take me? Just into the same thing? Okay, fine. I feel like, okay, maybe taking the upper route isn't the be-all end-all. Nor do I like the look of that jump. This will probably take me back, but that's where I need to be, so no problem there. Ow! Okay, I think I slid through there all the way first go? Did I? I can't remember. I was not expecting that to happen. And oh man, oh! That was lucky. I did not mean to do that. I completely just overlooked that I was going to come out of the opposite frigging galaxy warp. But no, this is a really neat idea actually. Of course, you need to time this fairly well so that you teleport out of the alternate or the other galaxy warp device on the screen. And this is really, really nice. I think that might be it for that, but I really wish there'd been more of that. There could have been so many more screens like that. It's a bit like the Megaman 3, the area of Megaman 3, where you sort of have the screen kind of and the screen sort of scrolling, or the spikes on the platform scrolling across the top of the screen, but the screen itself doesn't scroll. Yeah, in Wily 3, I think it is for Megaman 3. I was disappointed when that ended so soon. I felt like there was much more that could be done with that. And yeah, don't get me wrong, that was super neat, and I love the idea of the having to be careful when you spring out of the other galaxy warp so that you don't hit the spikes. But yeah, if that is all we've got in the level, I can't remember. But if it is just those two screens, that's disappointing. I would have loved to have seen more of that. Okay, and these ones will go left to right. More of these, huh? At least they look a bit more sort of reasonably synced up. Except for maybe that one. Can I stand on the very left-hand edge of that? Oh, I need to go down there anyway to get the Nova Nickel. Fine. Okay, I was wondering about going, staying on the very left-hand side of that so I could actually just avoid the section down at the bottom, but apparently I need to go there anyway to get the Nova Nickel, so alright, fine. This is really fun as well. So again, making excellent use of the galaxy warps. So we've got a platform that's continuously going to go away, but you can just keep bouncing in the galaxy warp until the platform comes back and then proceed on. Again, really, really nice idea. Okay, ambush. Dig it. Cool. Oh man, I'm disappointed that level was that short. I wanted to play more of that one. That was awesome. And oh, this boss. This is a neat idea. Sure, most people would be sort of rolling their eyes at seeing this kind of a boss. If it should to show up in Megaman X6. Which of course it does. Frequently. And by the way, I love the remixed version of Blaze Heatnix's stage theme in this area. But yeah, we've got to take out this four-sided donut. So yeah, shoot the donut in all four of its orifices or whatever, and whoops, and we'll win. So yeah, keep circling the donut, and yeah, obviously once you've taken out one corner of the donut, then it's no longer hittable there. So you just have to make sure you hit it in all four corners. But yeah, you managed to turn what was an absolutely horrific thing in Megaman X6 in Blaze Heatnix's stage into something reasonably fun. Although I'm getting hit here way more often than I would like, but oh well. It's certainly a lot easier than any of the bloody donuts mid-bosses in Megaman in Blaze Heatnix's stage Megaman 6. So wow, yeah. A great callback, I must admit, admittedly to the Megaman X series, not the classic Megaman series, but yeah, wow. Again, what a fantastic level. I sort of said at the beginning, at the very end of last part, that I think we're going to have some terrific levels in Tier 9, and I'm glad that the first two have not disappointed at all. Those were two pretty good levels, and that one probably, yeah, I would agree, better than the other one, just probably from I don't know, the background, the music. Some of the sections there were super fun with the galaxy warping platforms and the galaxy man warps, and the platforms that are famous from Ringman stage that sort of retract from left to right. Some really neat ideas there. I think my only disappointment actually, and a really fun boss as well. I had a really good callback with the donut boss from Megaman X6. I think my only disappointment on that is that it sort of felt short, and that some of you didn't kind of run with some of the gimmicks a bit longer, particularly the galaxy warping over with the scrolling screens. That would have been. I would have loved to have seen more of that. But yeah. Anyway, great job. Love that level. Didn't even play X6, and I still get PTSD from this level. Man, this level is super neat. I really love the interactions you have between the different gimmicks. Phase setup is definitely the Galaxy Man teleporters and tile sliders. Really clever and well thought out. I really like the sections with portals and drill man switches too. I like how you just loop around a lot. I also really love the final stretch. The super long ring man platform plus galaxy portal plus switch setup is really fast paced and clever, and I like it a lot. Probably the only part of the level I'm iffy on is the boss. I think it's a bit too finicky to time myself just right to avoid getting hit with the Galaxy Man portals. I got hit a lot by just messing up the timing. Plus, it was kind of weird that the boss got easier as it went along. Funny enough, I thought it went harder as it went along. I seemed to have taken a lot harder job dodging the projectiles or the bullets it fired as it went along, but that was just probably my crummy job on the boss. Anyway, I still really like this level though. Great job. Also, this level looks and sounds great too. That was a weird level, but for some reason it gave me Brutal Mario vibes. Anyway, I like the use of the switches in the indoor section, but the outside section at the end was a bit crazy with all the Ringman platforms. You have a few galaxy portals laying around to save the player from falling in a pit, which is nice. The boss was kind of annoying though. The two green things on the top were hard to hit unless you use its weakness, Triple Blade, from above. This level proposes some interesting use for teleporters, but unfortunately their presence in the level doesn't really shine next to all the other features it throws in. While the level is mostly consistent, it introduces concepts very rapidly, making it hard to use each of them to its fullest potential. I felt like, due to the oversaturation of concepts, the level occasionally felt a bit messy, even though it almost never got overwhelming with its enemy placement. There was also one instance in this level where I felt like the teleporters needed an indication as to where they would lead to. The first upward section past spikes. I took a gamble by assuming the teleporters would lead to the other one in the room, which was the case, but wasn't clear at all. The boss of the level to me is its weakest point, mainly due to its small hitboxes and lack of detail on the HP bar. The way in which the targets are offset makes them hitting them more precise than it needs to be. Aside from that, it doesn't give the player much more learning opportunity as they first come into the room, as the arena contains some elements the player can interact with in addition to the boss. Aside from the annoying boss at the end, really? Why is everyone finding this boss annoying? This is a very enjoyable level. Some sections were slightly irritating, but the amount of checkpoints makes up for them. I really like how the assets were used. It's really interesting and it makes the stage fun to play. There's really nothing else for me to say. It's a really good level. Boss could be better though. Did you just take one of the most reviled things in Mega Man history, only change its setup and manage to make it fun? Colour me impressed. Your conveyance of everything was excellent. Everything was introduced well, and if any player was unfamiliar with any of these level objects, they wouldn't be now. You also merged them creatively and are proof that, yes, even the dead kick gimmicks can be used in ways Capcom never thought of. Your checkpoint placement was on point. I did not mind the innocent death introduced because I did not have much level to backtrack through, and in some cases, no level at all. Good. There are issues though. I'm not sure what theme this level is going for. It's a bit nonsensical. The two areas of the stage don't make any sense being together. I have no idea what was up with that mini-boss placement, but you probably would have been better off without it, or to have at least modified it to be vaguely a threat. Your first two Noble Nickels were also devoid of challenge, which makes the third one a bit of a puzzler, although I'm nitpicking here. I think in future work on your theming a bit better so it isn't all random like this. A few new graphics, spruced up the gimmicks and music, we'd have something pretty close to Capcom level, endgame aside. This was a great stage though. Good stuff. Moving on. Aircon Man. Yesterday, Airman told me he was my biggest fan. Humbled by his kind words, I told him that I'm his biggest air conditioner. Well, alrighty then. 16th place, Renhook, Rad Gravity. Score 37.8, 42, 33, 44, 40, 30. 1 energy element and 2 Noble Nickels. Groovity Man. Okay then. This stage, now that I see it, is a bit of a thing. This is kind of one of those levels. If it's what I think it is, and we've got the should point out there, we've got the pogo stick weapon disabled there. This is kind of one of those ones. In fact, I'm gonna save it until I make sure this absolutely is the one I'm thinking of, which I'm pretty sure it is. I'm probably going to get that now just for ease sake, if I can. If I can. So I don't have to sort of come back to it later. I don't believe I can get out. I think I'm pretty much stuffed. But, I think I'm pretty much stuffed. So if you get that the way I got it there, then I couldn't get out. But I'd rather do that, frankly. It's right at the beginning of the stage than mess about backtracking. So yeah. And now that I've seen that noble nickel, I am absolutely convinced this is the stage I think it is. This one is kind of going to be one of those ones that you probably either really like or really dislike. That being said, me sort of proclaiming that, I think I'm somewhat in the middle on the fence. There are certain sections of it I really like, but certain sections feel like they are not done very well. Anyway, we'll see our kind of main gimmick when we go over to the next screen. So actually, I couldn't progress at the moment there. So we've got Nitro Man hopping around there in the bottom right corner. So we'll take out this hot dog and release Nitro Man. Infobox 14,800. Nitro Man has the ability to literally drive you up the wall. Hold up and press jump to activate him. Nitro Man will teleport to your current position if he is not touching you. So, yay. This is the Nitro Man motorcycle gimmick. So, yeah, basically, and you might have seen that wall on the left-hand side now above the wall cannon enemy has now disappeared. So, oops. By the way, this would be how you would get the noble nickel, given that the Nitro Man can hug the wall effectively. So I thought I might blare. As you can see, he's sometimes a bit hard to control. So I thought I would just show that off. I think I want to get off you now, actually, and climb the ladder so we can go up here, and then we'll do that again. So I want to climb the wall here, and then jump off. Yeah, nice. So, yeah. This can be fun. It can also be... Dingy? What? I went way too far back, that was annoying. It can also be very frustrating at times, and, yeah, that's probably this stage's problem. It's, when it's good, it's pretty good, but when it's not quite so good, it's a bit of a struggle. Let's just say that. But yeah, we have got Nitro Man tagging along, who literally drives us up the wall. It does make for some interesting stage setups. Sometimes you can accidentally sort of merge with Nitro Man when you don't want to, which is a bit of a thing. So yeah, all right, let's. And if you get hit, sometimes you sort of like end up falling off Nitro Man as well, which can be a bit of a problem, but. Yeah, he can be incredibly awkward to control at times. I don't know what that was, or how I collected it, but alright. Also, ding it. Can I not... What? Well, that's annoying. I'm toying whether to kill myself here. So I'd rather just do this stage in one go. And I missed an noble nickel. Which this one, by the way, is one I will, yeah, good, right in this area. Fine, okay, so we'll avoid Nitro Man for the moment. This one is ridiculously hidden out of the way, and as such, yeah, it took me ages to find it, and it's one I am not likely to forget. So, yeah, that area up there, oh, hang on, Nitro Man should be here somewhere, yeah. That area there is a ladder, so, yeah, you need to get up there with some kind of utility item. I chose Rush Coil. Seriously? Oh, okay, I need to be in there then, do I? Okay, so I need to just be in that little gap, which is going to be nice and fun to get in. Okay, get off me, and then I'll come round the other way. And miss somehow. What? Yeah, he's... If you couldn't tell... by now, this Nitro Man kind of motorcycle thing is a little bit finicky, and I can't get in there. Are you all right? Fine, I'll just wheel cut in there then. Please, I must be able to. Surely you can get in there. Yeah, thank you. That was really, really, really odd. I don't know why the hitbox there just didn't work for God knows how long. I'll come back out here so you can just see where it meets up. You couldn't actually, by the way. Okay, don't land on there any good. You couldn't actually, as far as I'm aware, use Nitro Man up the wall there. You had to actually go up the ladder, so you couldn't actually get yourself up there. So yeah, that's the only way to get the noble nickel. So yeah, I would strongly recommend just coming at it from the other side, because well, strongly recommend, you can't get it from the left-hand side. Whoa. I do like it's sort of use of potential alternate paths and such. Okay, we'll give it... Whoa! Don't do that! Yeah, I think if this thing were just less janky, for want of a better phrase, this would be a better level as well. But Nitro seriously, as I've said quite a few times now, Nitro Man is an enormous pain to control at times. He just sort of speeds off. You don't quite jump how you expect to jump. Nitro Man is awkward at times. And I missed an E-tank apparently by some sort of secret ladder, presumably. Not that I need an E-tank, but oh well. And ultimately, a lot of the time, you can probably just end up doing the stage just a lot better and easier by not riding Nitro Man. I'm trying to use him as much as possible here to actually show off the gimmick, but yeah, in all honesty, a lot of the level you could probably just do absolutely fine without using Nitro Man. Obviously, at times, definitely not. But I mean, okay, and you're going in the wrong direction here. Even though I was holding down the button to go to the right, you were moving left. Oh, come on, off the wall, please. Really? Why? Thank you. And anyway, we're done with that gimmick. Yeah. Appreciate my commentary in that level was not very good at all, but what can I say? It's very hair-raising riding the Nitro cycle all over the place. There are spikes on walls and pits that you need to not fall in, and Nitro Man doesn't control very well in places as well. So there's a lot of concentration required in that to actually get where you need to go. And after all that, we have a mildly irritating boss at the end, if you're not going to use his weakness, which I'm going to try not to. Dr. Kamek, you can, never enter the Wily Fortress. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is a nice idea for a nice setup and idea for a boss. But it isn't half bloody hard to avoid anything. And I've got pretty much no chance of defeating him like first go, so I'm low on health. But yeah, Gravity Man likes to jump around, shoot out these big giant star things. He's pretty easy to hit because, yeah, he does a lot of damage. The bouncing ones here are the most annoying ones by far. I never know quite where they're going to go, and it's very awkward to tell given obviously this tiny planet you're on that has obviously its own orbiting gravity gimmick kind of setup. Do we have to sit through the dialogue again, or yes, we do. All right, fine. See, I think you really probably could have skipped that after the first death. I actually did a lot better there than I thought. That seemed to go incredibly well. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes a lot worse than that fight. I mean, with a full health bar, I'd like to think I should be able to pull it off. But yeah, I'm actually surprised at how well I did the previous go. But yeah, I hate the bouncing ones, and of course this time you seem to have spammed the bouncing ones all the bloody time. Go figure. Because yeah, seriously. The previous fight, you had like maybe a couple, but most of them seem to be just going along the ground. Here, this time, you have literally almost every single time done them where they are bouncing, and in doing so, you're going to kill me. And I think I did about as well as I did last time. Yeah, luck of the draw, I'm afraid, on this boss. Whether, for me, at least, anyway. Whether he does the projectiles look like giant suns or stars or whatever. Whether he does the ones that just go along the floor around the planet, or they bounce around the planet. If they bounce around the planet, then they tend to be annoying because I can never quite tell where the bleeding hell they're going to go and whether they're going to hit me or not. And wow, you're just going to be the most annoying robot master in the land, aren't you? First fight was by far the easiest because all you were doing was sending them out horizontally, like that. That is easy to dodge. This is not easy to dodge. I think we're going to get you this time, though. Good. And I like the energy element there, just sort of bounces until you can catch up to it. Yeah, it never disappears off screen, so it's never unfair in that regard. But yeah, that boss fight is a bit of a thing. It seems to be a bit pot luck for me ultimately, whether or not I do well on it, as to what type of attack he does. If it's the bouncing one, I have a horrible time dodging it, particularly when he's sort of during his sort of later stage of the fight. He seems to sort of shoot out more than one set of the stars as well, so even if he starts doing the horizontal ones, if he's also doing a bouncing set as well, it just becomes chaotic. Gravity Man also likes to just jump at you as well, so you have to kind of try and slide out of the way of that, or just keep as much distance from him. The gravity kind of works really well there, and I don't really find that I miss a lot of shots there. It tends to be if he's just I'm usually okay with sort of predicting when he's going to jump, or if I'm near to him, then the arc of the charge shot will hit him anyway. But yeah, he can be a hit and miss boss in terms of difficulty. Just depends on what moves he chooses to do. And as for the stage, it's fun in places. Don't get me wrong, the nitro cycle is a good idea, but it isn't half wonky at times. You saw a few times there where I was just. Sometimes it worked perfectly, sort of jumping off the wall and keeping momentum so that I could land where I wanted to. And other times Mega Man just sort of literally just falls off Nitro Man and drops like a stone, and it's very frustrating. Yeah, it's a decent concept. I just feel like the Nitro Man sections could have been more interesting. And yeah, unfortunately, just the physics and the way the way it actually controls are not the best. But it's an interesting idea, certainly. Man, Nitro Man is just so janky to control. I had a really hard time getting used to controlling him, and it doesn't help that there isn't really much opportunity to experiment. But once you get the hang of him, this level is pretty great. I love how open it is and how all the slopes are everywhere, because it allows you to just have a ton of fun just biking around as Nitro Man. However, I don't really think that the design is perfect, because there's a couple of instances where you're going too fast or slamming into an enemy or spikes. It doesn't help that Nitro Man's jumping can sometimes at random just send you flying someplace you don't want to go to. I feel like it would have been controlled better if Nitro Man had the flat speed he drove at rather than him accelerating to like 6,000 miles per hour. There's some really creative use to the mechanic though. The second hot dog fight comes to mind, even though it's a bit finicky to actually get the intended way going. And holy crap, the boss is freaking amazing. I basically spent the whole fight with Gravity Man, just gawking at how crazy the tech is. My only issue with it is that I don't think the orbiting physics for your shots make very much sense, and they could have been improved so that you have an easier time hitting Gravity Man from far away. Overall, really fun but extremely janky. Also, minus 50 points for not giving Kamek his laugh sound effect. This level had so much potential. I can tell a lot of effort was put into everything here. Nitro Man, the custom hot dogs, and especially the boss. However, the Nitro Man playable was hard. Nitro Man playable was hard to get used to and felt clunky, so it was actually easier for me to not use him if I didn't have to. The stage was designed so that he wasn't required in most places, besides one or two specific spots. The green hot dog's attacks are nearly impossible to dodge in the small space you provided. The stage itself was pretty disappointing, but that boss, oh man, that boss. I've seen some really cool bosses in this contest so far, but this boss is definitely one of my favourites out of them all. I have no idea how you took Raphael from Raphael the Raven from Yoshi's Island and managed to make him work in a Mega Man game, but you did. The graphics and background look great, and the battle functions very well. Awesome job. This level is so much fun to play. Just driving around aimlessly at high speeds feels super great, and I love how you can drive up the walls and the ceiling. The boss is super impressive, but also quite hard to fully understand due to the way the stage is rotated. I also often found myself in situations where I had to take damage from him, as both the projectile and Gravity Man himself came charging at me at the same time. As for the stage itself, I feel like the first checkpoint is pretty early in. Later I understood that it is so you can return with Nitro Man to get the nickel, even though I got it without him initially. Whoops. But returning to save Nitro Man after his death just feels like the stage is keeping me from having fun, driving into spikes again. Super cool stage, very expansive, lots of fun, and technically super impressive. Great work. I'm seriously impressed by how interesting this level is. All the concepts are absolutely amazing, and the boss fight was very ingenious. However, this level has many problems. One of them is that the level design isn't well adapted for extremely fast movement when you're non-Nitro Man, so you'd frequently slam into enemies and spikes you can barely avoid. Additionally, the stage is extremely buggy, with Nitro Man's controls being messed up as well as many other serious bugs. To summarise, this is a fantastic level, but it has a lot of serious problems that should have been fixed. This stage is a bit nuts. The primary gimmick for this stage is absolutely cool, absurdly cool, but not going to lie, and there's a bit of programming wizardry for Game Maker and engine involved. When this stage is at its best, it's pretty radical, biking around about the stage, going up walls a la some weird Mega Man Psych hybrid, and the boss is just wow. This is probably one of the coolest entry bosses in the contest. Yet, it's all about the execution, and this stage flops a fair bit. I feel one of your biggest problems is that your gimmick introduction for Nitro Man is rather bad. Very bad. This is one of the weirdest gimmicks yet, but instant death is introduced only a screen after he's introduced. This gimmick requires a completely alien control scheme to Mega Man, and requires the Mega Man player to understand Sonic-style physics. A larger variety of warm-up challenges was required. This is not helped by the fact of, I'm sorry to say, the controls for this gimmick are awful. I'm not sure if it's a glitch, but I've ended up with the left arrow making you run right. Yep, me too. Or right arrow left. And the fact up and down is used to move along walls when the Sonic series sticks to just left and right to simplify things, this leads to the gimmick feeling really inconsistent. Getting on and off Nitro Man is also really awkward and unnatural. You cannot be summoned whilst Mega Man is next to a wall. This hinders the later mid-boss challenges. Just as the player is trying to get the groove of the gimmick, you throw a mid-boss at them. A mid-boss that sends out what is basically undodgeable waves of attacks. Again, I have no idea if the intended method is to use Nitro Man to dodge this bout with fireballs or not, but the alternative appears to be sitting there tanking damage, mostly due to the small amount of floor you're allowed. It's really hard to get on Nitro Man during the midst of the battle. Then we meet the Robot Master. Gravity Man is awesome. He's difficult but learnable, but he has a habit of combing attacks in ways that even after about 6 fights with him, I have no idea how to dodge. I also got rather sick of the cutscene after a couple of attempts. It was cute the first time, not so much the others. There is a second nickel in the stage. This one is by far and away the most obscure one in the entire contest. I ended up replaying the stage a fair amount and not finding it, so I will drop one hint here. In one of the rooms, the pipes are not solid, and Nitro Man does not apply to finding the room the nickel is in. This is a stage with an amazing concept and some real magic behind the scenes, but it's not exactly fun. It's a good example of ideas requiring the execution to pull out a real winner.